What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unbreakable Grind. It's your guy CJ back with another video. All right, now I want to put you guys on game on this content. On the screen you see right now, that is Bob Proctor. All right, it's a cold guy, man, when it comes to his advice as far as entrepreneurship and success. Check out what this guy says, man. You do not want to miss this. All right, this is one of my favorite speakers, but he's not to be confused with my favorite entrepreneurs, my favorite African-American entrepreneurs, who's going to be Robert F. Smith. Look him up. Or it's going to be Reginald Lewis. Look him up. And one of my also African-American favorite African-American speakers and educators, Thomas Sowell. Okay, a lot of my thinking comes from a conglomerate of a lot of these people, but I want to put you guys on game, man. Check this out. I'm telling you guys, I'm not full of S, bro. I'm right on the money, and I'm gonna be rich as a mother effer. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be rich as a mother effer. And this is the thing about it. You know, the thing I've learned about this is you can tell everybody what you're about to do. You can tell everybody the game. You can say it right in their face. And you know what happens? No one's going to do it. No one's going to do it, man. You know how many people have watched me get in shape and say, oh my God, how did you get your body like that? None of them are in shape still. You know how easy it is to get in shape? All you have to do is do the same thing over and over every day and just be consistent. So you think they're going to do this? No, they're not going to do this. That's what I'm telling you. I'm going to tell people so that I did my part. I'm dead in 50 years, bro. I don't have a long time on this earth. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break these barriers. You better believe my next generation going to be really, really wealthy. You better believe this video going to be going crazy in some years. It's going to be going crazy because I ain't buying nothing but assets for the rest of my life. I'm changing this, bro. Now watch, check them out. Check them out. And you guys know I'm not full of Let's keep going.
Well, the earning of money is an exact science. It's governed by law. The amount of money you earn is in direct ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing it.
Man, I clicked this video and this man started like this. This man started like this when I clicked the video. Man, the first sentence, let me go back, bro. See, if you miss this, you're not gonna win. Go freaking do whatever the freaking fairy tale crap you think gonna work. Do it. Do it. Remember my face. That's all I'm gonna say. Remember my face, and not because of this YouTube channel. Just remember that YouTube ain't how I'm gonna get there. You better understand. I'm getting there like these guys. Robert F. Smith, Reginald Lewis. Trust me. Think I've been paying off all this debt and getting these skills for no reason? I'm going to the top, and I'm going to give money back. I'm giving plenty of money back. I'm passing money down and giving money back, bro. And I don't care about nothing but the gym. I don't care how much money I have. I'm going to have a membership and some good food. All the other stuff y'all can keep, man. I'm buying assets, starting business. Let's keep going, man. I'm too excited. Check this out. We're going to drop them bars one more time. Let's go.
Well, the earning of money is an exact science. It's governed by law.
It's an exact science. This man said, it's an exact science. Exact science. To earn the money is an exact science. I've experienced this, bro. My money's starting to go crazy. I'm telling you, man, I'm starting to feel the snowball effect. Took this long to get to 1 million, 2 million coming soon, real easy. Dropped it into the complexes. Now, get to writing off taxes. I'm telling you, it's going to go crazy, bro. And you know why I'm telling you guys? I'm telling you because I know I'm going to help someone, but I'm not going to help almost any of you. Just like we're working out. I can tell people what I'm eating. I can tell them what the way I split. I hit chest this day and back. I can tell them how many reps I hit. I can let them see the results. I can show them I can do muscle ups. I can show them how much I squat. I can bench press. I can take them to the gym. I can buy them a membership. They won't do it. I'm telling you, man, no one's going to do it. I don't understand. And you know what? I'm not trying to understand. I'm changing the outcome for my family, and I'm giving you guys some of this energy that really want to do it. I couldn't find someone that looked like me that made me want to say, yeah, that's it. I couldn't find it, bro. So someone is going to see it. Someone's going to see this, and I'm going to be that person for them because I couldn't find it. I'm from the South, bro. I'm from the South, just a black young boy from the South that really wanted to win. That's what I am. That's what I wanted. I wanted to win. You know what I'm saying? I know where my ancestors come from. I know how we got here. I know the disparities we went through. I want to win. I want to do my part of the process to make sure the next generation wins. Have businesses. Have abundance. Have economic power. Somebody has to sacrifice. You get what I'm saying? Keep going, man. Listen to these bars and we're going to keep going through the video.
The amount of money you earn is in direct ratio to the need for what you
How much you earn is in direct correlation with the need for what you do,
your ability to do it,
your ability to do it,
and the difficulty there is in replacing you.
and the difficulty of replacing you. The need for what you do is demand. I don't care what you want to do, man. A winner has to be in demand. I know I always talk about the same career, man. You can be whatever you want as long as it's high demand and you can prove it. If you let someone trick you into getting something that's not high demand, you ought to be ashamed of yourself because you're going to lose more than likely. Don't show me someone who won doing it because there's always an exception. You're going to lose. It's not safe enough. It's not smart enough. All right. So the need for what you do, that's the first piece of this, man. The need for what you do. Make sure I want to hit each point.
The school of greatness.
Full of our world. So
Wait a minute. Come on, baby. Let's get it.
Shocking habits.
well, the earning of money is an exact science. It's governed by law. The amount of money you earn is in direct ratio to the need for what you do, your ability to do it.
Your ability to do it. So we talked about demand. Now it's on you. Your ability to do it. I mean, you have to grind. You have to grind. You can't just choose something that's in demand. You have to get cold at that. You got to get cold at that. You got to sacrifice. If you're young, man, your friends going out to the club, you got to sacrifice. You got to figure out how in the world do I compete with these guys with these skills? How do I get better? What can I learn today? How do I get this skill? How do I get this skill, man? I don't care about nothing but this skill. Because without this step one, you're going to join the losing crew. The losing crew that's struggling and still trying to figure out what they want to do with their life did not do step one. This is step one. You have to listen to me. I don't know anyone that followed this advice and failed. I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm saying this is a guaranteed way. Not the only way, but you better know that this is a way that's going to work. It's to grind it out the hard way and the right way to do it. Let's keep going. Next point.
And the difficulty there is in replacing you. We've got to.
The difficulty in replacing you. So not only are you high demand, but you're high value. Your value is directly correlated to how difficult it is to find that skill. Luckily, we're in America and no one wants to do anything difficult. It creates an unfair advantage. Everyone wants to do some cute stuff. Everyone wants to do some fun stuff. All the kids want a game now. That's cool. It's a lot. PewDiePie makes this much gaming. Great for him. That's perfectly fine. Understand that thousands and thousands of little kids aren't going to be able to be gamers and make millions and millions of dollars. That's not going to be the case. The difficulty replacing you. Understand that you need to go and do the things that no one's willing to do. And you need to do it as early as possible. Let's keep going. This man is preaching and spitting game. This mother effing video should have 1 trillion views. Let's go.
To learn how to earn money, and most people don't know how to earn.
Most people don't know how to earn money.
Most people think you go to work to earn money.
I think you got to.
Bars. A lot of you might confuse me talking about getting this high value skill to work for another person as me thinking that's how you actually earn money. That's how you earn a niche. That's how you set a bottom line for yourself. I want to make that distinguishment. Understand that a lot of you have a bottom line of 0. Meaning if everything goes to shit, you have nothing. You need to change that to where the worst case, I'm working for somebody for at least 6 figures. That's what I'm telling you, your new bottom line is that when you get a high demand, high value skill. Of course, you need to venture out and take it to another level. This is baby step 1. This is like, okay, I'm finna draw a picture, but first I need a pencil. Getting a high value skill is the pencil. You need that just to start drawing the picture. If you don't got the pencil, you can't even start. You need the high value skill just to start. I'm not telling you to just be an employee. I'm telling you need to make sure that your minimum income is on that high value skill if you want to win. Now, in the comments, let me know. Oh, am I too extreme? Maybe everyone don't want to win to that level. Everyone doesn't need that. Everyone doesn't need a win at this level. If that's you, fine. But I have no idea how my next generation is going to prosper by me being mediocre. Mediocrity will not change the lives of my bloodline. Mediocrity will not solve any prominent world issues at all. I can't contribute to solving cancer. I can't contribute to freaking hunger. I can't contribute to freaking scarcity. I can't help with the environment. I can't do just about anything. I can't change my bloodline's trajectory. I can't do anything significant without money and without being extreme. If you want extreme results, you got to be extreme. You can't be partial. You can't be so-so. You can't be mediocre. Have a mediocre output and expect an extreme result, man. You can't. Come on, let's keep going. This is so much heat. This is so fire. Bro, I wish I could just jump through the camera. I wish I could just jump through the camera, grab one of y'all and be like, listen to what I'm saying. Let's keep going, man. Listen to me. Somebody go listen to me.
The School of Greatness.
Really? Yeah.
Please welcome Lewis Howes.
If you could share or reveal some of the shocking habits that you've noticed from some of the biggest performers in the world on how they've been able to handle adversity and thrive, and what the difference is between the ones who have been successful during a challenging time of adversity for the world. What are the habits of those people thriving versus the other people that maybe who were successful but fell off a little bit over the last year? What would you say are some of those habits that differentiate the successful during challenging times?
Well, it's really obvious. You know, the law of the animal kingdom is adapt or die. And if you let the outside world control you, you're toast. Because when anything goes wrong, it's in control. When you control from the inside, like we're in control of ourselves, we're in control of our world. So it doesn't matter what happens, you figure out how to get to where you're going.
That's some solid advice, man. Let me tell you something. Talk about being a real man, bro. A man is firm in his stance. He doesn't waver a man doesn't have a strategy to where he just has to waver and pivot due to outside forces. A man understands, you know what, man, I have to think about all the things that can happen. I have to position myself right here. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. This is why I say get that high value skill. I freaking thought about this. People telling me to do this. People tell me I can go do that. People tell me this might work. People tell me they know a person that did this. I thought about all that crap and I said, you know what? What's the common denominator between all this? I need to always be able to make this much. I'm staying right the F here. You can go do whatever you want because nothing has shown me that I can make my bottom line right there. And if I just have that bottom line forever and I put that in investments, I can calculate that trajectory. And once I scale it out to businesses, I can be rich as crap off of a very trivial thing to get, a very basic income. I can flip into all kinds of money. Don't let me have charisma. Don't let me find out I got a freaking bold personality. Don't let me find out I'm cold as F. Don't let me find that out because I'm going to a whole nother level. Listen to me. Let's keep going, man. Man, it's not just him. This is an archetype. There's an archetype of people that win. And they all say the same thing because they're of the same nature. Look at any other animal. If I look at ants, I always wonder, man, I knock over an ant hill, you see all the freaking ants. You can kill one freaking ant. You can kill the queen ant and the whole freaking ant farm die. How in the world does the whole ant farm just go to crap after killing one ant? You telling me y'all can't figure out what to do after? You're telling me y'all been figuring it out this long and now it's over now because one ant's gone. There are different archetypes within those ants. All those ants are made of the same stuff. Them ants are different. They all look like ants, but they're not the same. You better understand humans are like that too. Yeah, A CEO of a company, knock him out and we're making all of this money. What happened to the company? Knocked the one guy out and they couldn't figure it out. We're not all made of the same stuff. You better figure out what stuff you made of, and you better figure it out fast. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm made of. You better figure out what you made of. I know what I'm made of. You better figure out what you made of. You better listen to me. And I'm not bragging. There's nothing. You can't brag. There's nothing to brag about working all night. Working all night is not bragging. Heart palpitations because you're working for your next generation isn't bragging. Buying no liabilities, no cool cars, nothing, and just investing it all. How is that bragging? Man, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you guys, bro. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you guys. And I look back, I'm gonna be freaking turned up on this video like, man, I was telling them that, man, I'm nice. Man, I hope somebody listen. Let's see who listen. Wow, just about nobody? That's what happens with working out. We'll see.
The goals don't change. Sometimes the methods of getting there do. But I think probably I had great teachers. I had a half a dozen phenomenal mentors. And I think I was raised the right way. You stay in control regardless, you know.
Yeah. What would you say are some of the habits that you have that people wouldn't expect that you would have? Maybe they would expect certain things like waking up early or journaling or, getting 8 hours of sleep. But what are some habits that you do differently that maybe are unexpected in the personal growth space?
I study every day. Every day. I've studied every day now for 60 years. I started to study this book in 1961, and I read it every day. Same book, Think and Grow Rich. I have just here behind me, I've got the Laws of Success, the original ones that Napoleon Hill wrote in 1928. And then he came up with this in 1937. And the man that gave it to me, he said, if you'll study this every day, he said, you're going to have a wonderful life. And he pointed out Napoleon Hill spent his whole life studying the lives of 500 of the world's most successful people. He was mentored by Andrew Carnegie, who at the time was the wealthiest man in the world. And he said, since he spent his whole life putting this together, he said it would be a prudent move on your part if you spent the rest of your life trying to understand and apply what he was teaching. And,
right.
That just seemed to make some sense to me, and that's what I started doing. I've never stopped.
If there was only one principle inside of Think and Grow Rich that you could only live by and only talk about, and you wouldn't be able to talk about anything else inside the book, what would that one principle be?
Persistence. He said there, he said in the book, he said there may be no heroic connotation to the word, but the quality is to the character of the human, like what carbon is to steel. See, I think the trick, Lewis, is get some good habit patterns and live with them all of your life. Because you're either going to grow or you're going to die. It's create or disintegrate. There's no such thing as leveling out and staying where we are. And some people think they can just hold it where they're at, but they can't do that. You're either going to go ahead or you're going to go backwards. It's create or disintegrate. And so if you have good habits, you're going to keep growing. Way back, I think around 1938, 39.
Let me jump in right there. This guy said, pick some good habits and live with them for the rest of your life. Half of this is good. Half of this is just repetition. He said there is importance in repetition. And he also said, pick good habits and live with those for the rest of your life. I tell you guys to go to the gym for a reason. These good habits, they mold your discipline. They make a difference. I used to be working out, man, and I never made a correlation between working out and success. I never did. I just like working out. I was lucky. But when I started to look back, working out, and I started to research the different endorphins that working out releases in your body, how those correlate to optimism, how you're more composed when you work out, I started realizing, man, that was a total competitive advantage to working out. Not only that, but people perceive you in a better way, in a better light, because they know that you have discipline. It's a lot that comes with it. Walking around out of shape, man, you're going to mess up your outcomes. People going to look at you and it's just not going to look right. You're not going to look like you're supposed to. You don't look like money. You don't look disciplined. And looking like money means you look disciplined. Disciplined people have money. Let's keep going, man.
Albert E.N. Gray worked for the Prudential. And he wrote The Common Denominator of Success. It's a great article. And he said the common denominator of success is informing the habit of doing things that failures don't like to do.
The common denominator to success is doing things that failures don't like to do. Listen to how simple that concept is. Winning is this simple. Look at how I make this example all the time because it blows me away. Look at all the benefits to working out. All pros just about. Who wouldn't want to be in shape? Fattest country, most out of shape country. One of the most out of shape and fat countries. How? Think about the level of discipline we have. He said the common denominator to success is doing things that losers don't want to do. Most people won't work out consistently. It's that no matter what it gets them, even if they know they can live 20 years longer, eating correct food, not eating all the grease, not building up the cortisol, and they know they can live 20 years longer and live it not only longer, but healthier and more revitalized and more vibrant and feeling better. They know all this. Can't get them to do it consistently. It's right in your face. See, at a certain point, you got to realize, you got to be able to recognize what you are, like I talked about earlier. You got to separate yourself from those other people because they're going to hold you back. You're going to be wasting your time. You're going to be wasting your time with them. You want to be around the people that know they need to work out because it's freaking benefits and they freaking do it because it's positive and it's constructive. And if you ain't doing that, I don't really want to be around you because you definitely can't do this. If you can't do that, then good luck. You definitely can't do this. Let's keep going. No offense either. There are different types of people, just like there are different types of ants. All right? You might be a different type of ant. That's fine. But don't Don't get mad when someone else is another type of ant, and they get a whole lot of freaking cash because they are a different type of ant. So find out who you are and dedicate. Do not take the short end of the stick, man, unless you want to. Do not let someone just give it to you. You better work for that long end. Let's keep going.
And he was speaking one time. The young guy said, why do successful people like doing these things? And he said, they don't.
Man, I can't even finish the video. It's too much heat. The common denominator to success is doing the things that losers won't do. Someone asked, why do successful people like it? And this man said they do not like it. They don't like it. But they know it's beneficial, so they make it a habit. They don't even care that they don't like it. You think I like staying up all night? No. Why would I like staying up all night? Do I like heart palpitations? No. Do I like not riding down the street in the drop top C8 Corvette? No. I mean, if compared to driving down the street, in it, I mean, of course I would desire to drive down the street in this crap. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that I make myself like the things that are, I teach myself to like the things that make me what I want to become. I can cruise down the street in a C8 Corvette all I want to. It don't change nothing for me. Don't help my next generation. You get what I'm saying? I don't care what it feels like to go to the gym and how boring it may feel. You better believe I'm going to go. Because I need my body in tip-top shape so that I can compete. I need my brain in tip-top shape. I need the correct food so that I can compete. Well, this doesn't taste good. Man, I don't care if it tastes good. I'm trying to get the results. I need to habitually do this. I need to create a habit out of this so that I can win. Game. Follow this stuff, man. This is game.
That's why they've turned them into habits. You know, I thought that was beautiful. Because that's why they've turned them into habits. They don't like doing them. You see? And of course, a habit
what do you think?
Well, a habit is something we do automatically without any conscious thought. It's part of our paradigm. We're programmed.
What do you think are the 3 most difficult habits to develop that actually will support us for the most growth long term if we can take these habits on?
One of the things I think the most difficult is repetition of studying the same thing. I have a book here on my desk. It's in a book holder. And when I went to visit Earl Nightingale way back 1968, it was other than that. It was around 66. And I saw he had this book stand on his desk, and I asked him what it was. He said it was a book holder. And I said, why do you have it? He says, because I want to read those 2 pages every day for the next month, maybe 2 months. I said, really? The same thing. And he said, yeah. He said, then they'll become a part of me. And he said, that's really the secret of success is the repetition of an idea. You see that in sports. You play ball. I mean, it's definitely.
Man, I'm going to stop it right there, and we're going to say this, man. This man said through repetition, that's how it becomes a part of you. Guys, I'll be honest. I'm going to be direct, be straightforward and honest. When I used to work on this stuff, when I used to work on my skills, and even when I was deciding a skill, before I even knew what skill I wanted to work on, and I was trying to figure out where I was going to go in life, I used to study people, man. I used to study people of success. I used to watch their trajectories. I used to Google stuff like their wealth over time, look at their biographies, see what they did over time, try to correlate to what I could do, see where the world was going, see how I could fit into the world, see how I could be at high demand the whole time. But I promise you, it felt like I was making no progress. It felt like I was just right in the same bucket with all my peers. I mean, we're all in the same schools, all in the same spots. I felt like I was making no progress with all of that effort. But through repetition, it changed who I was. See, there are a lot of people want to be successful. They want to be successful. but it's not in their DNA. They haven't changed inside. See, people can say whatever they want to me. I know how to win. I know how to win, and I'm already winning. 0.01% guy, especially for my age. And I'm freaking African American with dreads, and it's not stopping anything. It's not gonna stop anything for me. Gonna be extremely successful. My family's gonna be extremely successful. I'm changing my bloodline forever, guaranteed. And you guys gonna see a lot of the game, and you guys gonna see all the stuff coming with it. And I'm not really trying to make money off YouTube. I just want to show the game and be able to point back and say, I did my part. I gave back. I was spitting the game. I hope to see some of you guys taking some of this advice. I hope to see some of you guys winning. I hate to see game just go in one ear and out the other and watch people suffer when they had a chance to change their life and have abundance. All right, guys. So with that being said, thank you for tuning back in the Unbreakable Grind. She got CJ back with another video, man. I'm going to wrap it up right there. I'm going to keep the heat coming. I had to drop this to let you guys stay really close to who I authentically am. I really am about this success thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm really about what I really practice what I preach. You guys are going to see, I'll show you the freaking accounts. I'm going to be showing you guys the growth. And I'm keeping it authentic, man. And it's nothing, I'm not really, if I flex, if I get some stuff, you better know it's a write-off. I've got some kind of business plan behind it. I have no reason to flex. I'm dead in 50 years, bro. I'm not trying to do better than you guys. I'm trying to change my bloodline. Hopefully you guys get big. We can collaborate. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm out of this thing, guys. Peace.